This painting is of Rebecca, and she was my goat. She passed away actually the same year that I lost my father. She passed away about 4 months before my father passed away. She was my favorite goat. When I first saw her, just her demeanor, she's just very kind of shy. She was kind of passive aggressive, standoffish, but there was just something about her that just drew me to her. And it's interesting because the story about that, she came from a farm which was called God's Love Farm, okay? And the woman that I bought it from, Pat Boucher, she bought it from this woman named Charlene, and my mother's name was Carlene. And when Pat bought Rebecca from Charlene was dying of cancer, and her last words to Pat was, "I'm glad Rebecca was in good hands." Now that's interesting because my mom, also died of cancer. Events that happen in your past kind of set the stage for future events. It's kind of called predictive programming. And so this was a very early picture that my father gave me of, this was my mother, and me feeding a goat, Nigerian dwarf, just like that, just looked like Rebecca. So it essentially this kind of prefigured my destiny, that desire to raise goats and stuff like that. And so we had this connection with Rebecca, having this instant connection with her just from her very being, and knowing that she came from a source that had the same name as my mother, and it was called God's Love Farm, and she was dying of cancer. So there's obviously a connection. So Rebecca was my goat for many years. I cared about her, but I had a certain connection to her. So this was painted by a very good friend of mine. Her name was LaShue Chappelle. She owned a coffee shop called 291. It's not there anymore, but it was in Northborough. On the corner of Bartlett and Route 20. So 291 Main Street. And she was a fabulous artist, and she taught me how to do all these paintings, and she inspired me. But she did the outline of this goat, so she did all the outlines, and I did all the coloring, and it came out very. I'm actually amazed, how well this drawing, came out. So this is important to me because it helps to, remember, Rebecca and just the connection I had to her, and also the story, behind it, and in the connection with my mother.